I'm the type of fighter that puts it all on the line every time, and when the going gets tough, I dig deep and I push through. Just do anything I can to win every time I step in there. Never looking for a way out unless it's with my hand raised.
When horrible things happen to people, you can either become wounded or you become wise. The more horrible things that have happened to me, I just become smarter and more wise. Everything I've gone through, it made me into the man I am today, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Who sent it? Did you look at it, open it up already?
When did I get it? It was in, maybe it would have came from Lloyd.
Did you lose your bout agreement?
Yeah,
Ask him to resend it, Josh.
Checking and signing bout agreement promo also. I've been procrastinating, so I still haven't signed my bout agreement. So now the UFC is contacting my management, and my managers hit me up. We need that bout agreement. So I was supposed to have it to him yesterday, and I completely forgot, but he just texted me again. So now I'm trying to find it in my email so I can make it official. My journey to get to where I am, it's been hard, but it's I love it. You know, I literally wouldn't have it any other way.
I don't, honestly, Josh, I don't remember
here it is.
you. Oh.
Boom. Found it.
Okay. He goes, I know how to use the computer. And then he goes, how do I do that? And then a few minutes later, hey, do you know how I copy and
Yeah, right. I had this dream, and I got to the UFC, and I'm grateful. You know, I feel like I'm blessed. Now we can go make it official. I've been in the UFC for 6 years now. Like, I made my debut on Mother's Day, and here we are. I was fighting UFC vets for $1,000 on the local scene, the regional scene, and now here I am fighting in the biggest promotion in the world. The title is in reach, and I couldn't be more blessed and grateful.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go for a walk?
I was older when I got into the sport. I had a mentor. He was the head coach at Sac City College. He'd been watching me wrestle in high school, and he said, hey, I want you to come wrestle for us. And I thought about it, and I loved wrestling, and I was like, man, I'm gonna go do it. I wrestled there in 2003 and 2005. Uriah Faber came into our gym, and he was handing out flyers that he was gonna open a gym. And I was a huge fan of the UFC, and I was like, I'm gonna try this out. I had my first amateur fight at 26, and I was just trying to fight as much as I possibly could because I wanted to get in the UFC. By this time, I think I was 30. It was UFC or nothing for me. I was telling my wife, I'm like, man, I'm done fighting. And she's the one that just said, you've come so far. She's like, just give it one more year. If you don't get in the UFC by then we'll kind of reevaluate things and we'll see what we have to do. I'm training, I get a call at the gym. And then I pick up the phone and it's Joe Silva. He's like, Josh, you wanna fight in the Netherlands? And I'm like, yeah, let's do it. I was so excited, I didn't even ask who I was fighting. And I thought it was like in a few weeks. And my coach was like, you need to go home and pack. I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, you're fighting this Saturday. It was like Wednesday.
Less than a week's notice for the UFC debut, but this has been a long time coming for Josh Emmett.
I was so excited, and then I went out there and I had a compound fracture.
I wonder if Emmett has hurt his left hand.
There was literally nothing that was stopping me from getting that win.
He's been reduced to a one-hand fighter. Thankfully, he has a lead to sit on.
I didn't care if my finger fell off. I didn't care what happened. I was going to get the win. That was the start of my UFC journey. Later, I got set up with Ricardo Lamas. He was ranked 3rd in the world at the time.
Down and out goes Lamas! Josh Emmett!
Here I am sitting at 3rd or 4th in the world. All of a sudden, I leapfrogged the entire featherweight division and ended up fighting Jeremy Stephens.
Oh! Emmett goes down! Jeremy Stephens trying to close the show! Emmett's out! Jeremy Stephens!
After the Stevens fight, it was definitely tough, not just because of the loss. I had so many facial fractures. My orbital floor was completely shattered. My cheek was completely broken and caved in. The major nerve in my face was impinged. So I had a lot going on. You know, I didn't know if I'd ever fight again. It was such a tough road.
He had a devastating orbital floor fracture a few fights ago after the Jeremy Stevens fight. He has been outstanding since.
After I recover, I have 2 big wins, and then I fight Shane Burgos, and then here we go again.
We'll keep an eye on that left knee of Josh Emmett.
First 19 seconds, I basically just demolished my knee. People that know me, I'm never gonna stop, I'm never gonna give up, so I just had to just bite down and fight.
Oh my gosh, overhand left!
And luckily, I got the job done. I had an 18-month layoff after that. Then I came back to the Dan Ige fight. I feel like my strongest attribute is my mentality. I've had big injuries, major injuries, things that I don't think a lot of people would continue to fight with some of the stuff that I've sustained, but I just have a will to win.
Are these okay? What's up? Are these okay? Okay. And then I don't know if you said you wanted some elbow pads. If you want. Yeah, if you don't mind, but if those fit, if not, who cares?
So Josh hit me up, him and his coach Joey hit me up to come help emulate Kattar a little bit. Obviously, I've been in the cage with Kattar and I've been in the cage with Josh, so similar body style, similar style to Kattar. So he called me out here to give him some help, give him some different looks, so that's why I'm here.
Move ahead, yeah, don't guess.
He's a big featherweight. His reach is longer than Calvin Kattar. He's a good striker. I just brought him out because I feel like he can emulate his style. I can just use him for good looks, basically. I feel like this fight between Kattar and I is a title eliminator. You have 2 guys that are gonna fight that are in front of us that have both lost to the champions. Kattar's coming off a spectacular performance, a big win. He's ranked number 4. I'm on a 4-fight win streak. It's a huge opportunity. It's the fight that's going to get me to the title. But by no means am I overlooking him. He's gonna be one of the toughest tests that I've had to date, I think. But I know I'm gonna be his toughest fight as well. I'm gonna be doing everything in my power to get my hand raised on June 18th.
Man, crazy the memories this place brings back.
Yeah.
A lot of good memories here back in high school.
It's good growing up around here.
It was. I'm really proud of the area I come from. It's great seeing the community get behind me. I'm really feeling a lot of support right now for making this run that I have. The young kids wearing Kattar Mania, Cartel, Team Kattar, all the restaurants, the bars, just full of support, and I'm happy to be from Methuen. This is where we grew up. Remember that time, like 30 kids were outside the front gate?
We had a bunch of kids trying to fight us here. We came out front, like, what's going on?
My mom's horrified, not knowing what's going on.
I'm like, get in the house, stay in the house. Came out, keep Calvin in the house. Calvin was just ready to take someone's head off. I had to be the voice of reason. So
Jameson was always the voice of reason. I go by the high school too. When I started high school wrestling, it kind of kept me on the straight line. And I kind of needed that around the time. My father and my mom had a divorce. You know, my father was there, but I was living with my mom, so I wasn't always doing the right things. How's it going?
It's going good. I have to tell you, I saw one of your fights
Yeah.
on TV,
Yeah.
and I was like, what the hell did I do in 8th grade that made him think this was so good? I just remember, I tell people all the time, him and his friend always wanted to be the Oompa Loompas.
Oh my
in the
God.
Cool school play.
Oompa Loompa? What the fuck was I thinking? I wanted to be an Oompa Loompa?
most of these guys that we're going to see over here at the fire station, we've grown up with our whole lives. Our cousins there. It's just like a big local community. They're not going to the fights, they're watching them at the firehouse. And as long as there's no calls, they try to all get up there and have like a little viewing party. He's always had a big following in the area. I'm a firefighter. I show up to some of these calls in Methuen and I have my shirt on, they see Kattar. They're like, you're the fighter?
Yeah, they always say you were the fighter because you're the bigger one. I'm like, no, man, I had to fight to survive because of that big motherfucker.
Oh, the little brother's the fighter.
But we're both fighters. Look at this.
That's my stuff.
Let's go. Oh,
That's the gear. There he is.
cousin.
What's up, buddy?
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
What's up?
I had to drop by.
I know, Red Shirt Fridays.
No, I was gonna take you to the fire truck.
My brother Jameson, he's the rock of the family. He's a big reason why I'm here today. I would have knocked myself off the rails a long time ago. And fortunately, I had him by my side through a lot of bad times, things I couldn't always go to the parents about. Kept me out of trouble, and then post-high school, getting into MMA. He'd be really involved. He was my manager for the first bunch of fights I had locally, overseeing all the decisions. He was always there for me. So if I'm like running through a fire, I won't get burnt with this thing on?
Right.
Hands maybe.
And you look totally cool.
Oh, this is the front?
No, that's the
That's the tail.
go.
All right, where's this pole at?
Hey, I'll be coming right here. Yes. He's ready. He's ready for anything.
I'm ready, bro.
So ready.
Dude, that's like an adrenaline rush. That gets you going.
Yeah.
Sit on the other coat.
We put him in the lieutenant's seat.
No hat in the truck. Whoa. Yeah, we can go through red lights, right? Back then, man, I was taking tough fights. Just me and my brother didn't have the craziest connections. We were just trying to win fights, thinking that's how you get there. I felt like I was just kind of winging it, getting it done, being tough, getting by, being scrappy. Eventually, I ended up linking with Tyson and those guys, and that was what I needed.
He'd always been one of the best featherweights in New England, and he just never got the chance to go to the next level. And I said, you gotta get in the gym with us. And right away, he was willing to give anybody rounds. He wouldn't back down from anybody. There was never like a session that he was gonna turn down.
I don't think I could have made that jump to that next level without the right people like that around me. I felt more confident just doing things the right way, and it paid off.
Calvin Kattar, the rising star out of Methuen, Massachusetts.
Oh, he hurt him.
Big combination for Kattar.
Oh! Unbelievable.
That was pretty.
Oh, Kattar with a heavy shot. Calvin Kattar by TKO in the first round.
Oh!
There it is.
Stops Ricardo Lamas in his tracks. Kattar landed a Boston bomb.
Oh, my goodness. He is as dangerous as they come.
Show me how fast you are, just right now. Right there. Beautiful. Nobody works like you. Come on, this is where we're at.
I'm fighting Josh Emmett. The guy's a tough guy. At this level, I wouldn't expect anything less. It's no secret, Emmett's a big, powerful puncher. I know how hungry he is. He's out trying to make his claim.
Nice jab, champ.
We're gonna find out June 18th how I match up with him. But I'm putting in the work. I'll have him figured out before he thinks he's got me figured out.
No seam in your game. Right there, that's what I'm looking for. They don't know what's coming on Fight Night.
For the most part, like we know what we're getting with Josh Emmett. He's a formidable opponent, super explosive. If I'm on that other side coaching against Calvin, I just don't know what to expect. He can come forward, he can go backwards, he can sit in the pocket, he can wrestle. He's got elbows. You can't sit back on him, but you can't pressure him either. So what do? This is a great one for the fans. Both guys slug it out, both guys are tough, both guys come forward.
I just see myself getting my hand raised, changing my life. I'm trying to put him away, and he's trying to do the same thing. So come fight night, when they lock us in there, we'll find out.
Remember, we changed that because it was going to be 6 feet, but we decided to go for 7. So I think that'll give her more room when she kind of comes through the side yard into the ADU. Then windows, I think, are actually coming in a few weeks.
Wow.
Yay.
More stuff.
More stuff to put in the garage.
My wife and I were building a house in our backyard for my mom.
living space. She'll walk through, and it'll be bedroom, bathroom, and then closet. 3 windows, and then 2 windows for the bedroom.
And then also she'll have stackable washer and dryer in the bathroom, so it'll be fully functional place. Like,
so she'll have everything she needs in here.
Just a small token of my appreciation and everything she's sacrificed and done for me. It's the least I could do for her.
Well, you've always taken care of her, and that's why Josh started wrestling, was to take care of your mom. I think she'll be happy with it. How many times in life do you really get a fresh start? Especially living somewhere where not every experience was really great.
You know, it was tough growing up. Most of my life, it was, I guess you'd say, dysfunctional. My mother, she was a single mother. She was raising myself and my older brother. My mom, obviously that's me, and that's my older brother, Nick. She did everything she possibly could for us, but it was challenging, you know, just because of my older brother. Deep down inside, he was a kind guy, gentle guy, very smart person. As he got into his teenage years, things kind of just went downhill. Every type of drug that you can think of, he was doing it. When I would come home from school, I never knew what my brother was up to. A lot of people would come over, his friends, and they would just kind of do whatever they wanted to. So the police were always at my house. I was scared to leave because I didn't want something bad to happen to my mom. I didn't want to, I just didn't want to not be there for her and things like that. I would come home and I would see multiple cop cars at the house, you know, guns drawn. And that happened all the time. Once I remember he had a knife, he was trying to like break into the door that my mom and I were in, and you know, my mom would call the police, but it got to the point where the police were at our house multiple times a week, if not every day. I lived in this dysfunction. I wish I did not, but it's part of my life. I fought Shane Burgos, June 2020. I tore my ACL. I was working as hard as I possibly could to rehab my knee, and I got a call that, you know, he'd been murdered. And this is in September 5th. It hurt. It's something I can't describe. It felt like my insides, my stomach were just burning. Yeah, it just hurt so bad. I'm not a fan, and I hate when people say, you know, they're in a better place. Like when people die, like I hate that. No, they're not. But for my older brother, Nick, I truly felt like that was the only time that he was literally in a better place. He wasn't suffering. He wasn't hurting. He wasn't, you know, he wasn't struggling. Like it's hard to describe, but it's like just the things he went through and the life he lived and how hard it was, like that hurt me to see him like that. I wish he was here, but he's truly in a better place, and that's the only time that, you know, I've ever believed that.
Let's go.
At the end of the day, you have one life. You have to like put things behind you and just keep moving forward. I don't like sob stories.
Good.
I don't feel sorry for myself.
Good. Moving.
Definitely my past turned me into the fighter I am, but I'm happy for everything, and I'm grateful for my past. I'm grateful for the road and the path I'm on now. As far as feeling sorry for myself, there's really no need for that.
Check these out. What you know about these, son? Carts up. Okay, T, you found your swing, though.
I went over the car back.
I mean, it's a good shot, though.
Back. Hit it.
It's rolling down the street. It's going down the hill. It's still running. That's fucking hysterical. This is how we do in the pros. I always wanted to do that.
Shoot him again.
Golf's kind of cool because it's nice just getting out of the normal environment, taking in fresh air, some sun, and something else to get competitive about.
Bang! Get the fuck out of here, this guy. Finally, some pressure. Let's go. Get it? Too much?
It also makes you remember not to take it too serious either.
Oh, that's the one. Great shot. I'll sink that putt.
Comes fight time, he's in a camp. Hardly ever see him. He's just laser focused, 2 a days. So to be able to drag him out here and get a little time away from it, I appreciate it.
Oh!
I mean, for a little brother, you get to watch him outside and watch his whole career progress to where it is now. It's hard not to be proud, you know? It's been a hell of a ride.
Oh, let's go! Take a quick bird. It's the cartel ball, baby. Let's go. Oh, too funny. I'm good now. I'm done.
My journey to get to where I am now hasn't been easy. It's been really hard, and I think that makes it worth it. I don't think you can truly appreciate things if they come easy.
What we're going to see tonight is if Calvin Kattar can hang with a former champion and prove himself in this division as the next top contender.
The Holloway fight was a big opportunity. It was kind of like our first big step up with a legend.
What an incredible performance from Max Holloway. Honestly, I've never seen Max look as good as this.
We fell short that night, but I think that was kind of a little bit of a coming out party for Calvin, because then I think everybody looks at Calvin as one of the toughest fighters in the UFC.
Calvin Kattar is as tough as they come, but Max Holloway is beating him up.
Sometimes you're gonna go in there and it's not gonna be your night. I hate losing, but it's just part of the game. To me, it's less about what happens to you, it's more about how you respond.
Calvin said after the fight, he goes, he hit me, I was kind of rocked. I looked at him and I thought to myself, are you gonna be the one to put me down? And he's like, nah, not today. There's no worse place to be in combat sports is in that position that he was in. Everyone else would have quit. He was like, no, not today.
Max Holloway is a true champion. Credit to him, he fought his ass off that night, put on a hell of a performance, and I'm looking forward to trying to get that one back, round 6, next time we step in there again. The feeling after that fight mentally set the tone for the comeback. I was focused on that for a full year, and then last fight was with Giga Chikadze. Felt like he overlooked me, calling out the champ. He was focused on a lot of other things, I think, than myself, and didn't work out well for him.
Oh, look at that, right on the temple. I mean, you would think this is the beginning of the end.
You know, people weren't giving me much of a chance or a shot, and I feel like a lot of times that's when I'm at my best.
Kattar forming on. Huge shot.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, down he goes. Down. And a big punch. This could be it. 2 and 1. Calvin Kattar. Wow.
You know, he executed on that night, and he showed everybody that when Calvin shows up, performs, he can beat anybody in the world.
Every time I step in there, it's with killers, and I go all in. They're all posing threats, trying to take me out. No one puts more pressure on me than myself, you know, and I believe that part of that is the reason for my success. Just chasing that life on the other side of a win every time I step in there for my family and for myself and everybody who supports me.
So far, it's been a great career. I'm grateful for every loss I had, every injury I had, because it also made me that much stronger mentally, physically. I feel like I've been working my entire life to get to where I'm at, and my goal is to be a world champion.
Everything's better off a win. Your life changes, so you chase that. Every time you're in there, I gotta finish on top, always. It's vindication for all the hard work we're going through. I really got respect for everybody that steps in there against me, but I hate losing, pisses me off. I just try to make them pay on fight night, and it's really nothing personal.